Welcome back, everyone. This is Akanar here with more Silksong. This is episode 30, and last time we managed to survive the putrefied ducks, and we oversaw the establishment of Fleetopia. Good times. The fleas now have their home sweet home up here in the far eastern reaches of Pharloom. And yeah, it feels like we're at a point where we have basically explored the entirety of the map. Except, I do remember that in Hollow Knight there was an achievement for getting every single map. And we haven't got that yet. I'm pretty sure we have not unlocked an achievement for getting every single map. So, there could still be a zone yet to be found, or maybe a zone that I have just completely forgot about. As we peruse the map here, are there any openings anywhere on this map that I just have completely forgotten about? Like when you've got a room that you haven't walked through the door at the end of the room yet, then you have like a little opening that has no border on it. But I don't think we have any of those. So if there are passageways into other zones, then they probably need to be, it's probably a sus wall or something that needs to be knocked down. Because I'm not seeing any obvious entryways that we simply haven't walked through. I know there were a couple of those in Hollow Knight that were pretty easy to overlook as you started to get going. So yeah, I don't think there are any easily accessible routes to new areas that we have left for us to get, so far as I can see. So that means that we need to start figuring out other things to do. And we have talked about a few of these things, including trying to track down the second sentinel. We did insert the cogwork heart into the second sentinel, and now she has ran off or flown off to who knows where. She might be at the top of the cogwork core. She could be up in the cradle. That's another place I want to check. And anywhere else in the Citadel is a possibility, or who knows where. I think what we'll do, though, is we'll start by heading back to Belheart. Let's go back to Belheart and see what we can... I think what we'll do is we have a lot more entries to read in our Materium. And let's just do another handful of those, kind of like we did with the Hunter's Journal when we first got it. Let's just do a quick round of Materium reading, because we love to read all the flavor and get all of those little bits and details. There is a new quest. There's a new quest here on the Wish Wall. That's kind of what I was hoping might be the case. I was kind of hoping we might go back to our hub areas and get new quests. So that's encouraging to see that the game is picking up on the fact that I need things to do. So we'll first of all check in on our Materium and get a few more journal entries read. And then we'll see about that wish wall. As well as checking in, we need to do an NPC sweep, I think. See if there's any other leads that we can garner from all the folks we know. Horn fragment. Hardened chunk of horned shell collected from a defeated savage beastfly. Screw that guy. It is going to be fun at some point to go and... there's going to be eventually a radiant savage beastfly to take care of, right? One day, when Team Cherry decides to release what we all expect is coming, a DLC that's going to have God Home style content to it. That's gonna be fun, isn't it, guys? Except they won't be called Radiant bosses. What will they be called? The Grandmother Silk. We might need to get the true ending first, because Grandmother Silk might not be the final boss, and there's gonna be some other. If it's not the Radiance, then it's gonna be. What would it be? The creator behind the silk. Pay no attention to the bug behind the silk. Bug behind silk, savage beastfly, hitless mode. Okay, that's gonna be down the road though. Silver bell, finely forged bell made from a gleaming metal. Pale oil, bile gland, we've read this one, of a rare Sylphian slug. talented pin masters who talented pin masters can use the glistening liquid within to improve a blade's sharpness. So this is pretty cool because you would have read these once before, probably if they were in your bags. But if you somehow missed it, then it would be here for you to pick up. Rag pelts, tattered pelt taken from the body of a crawbug, fragile and drab. It is considered to have few practical uses. Polypart, core of a flower formed around the body of a consumed wood wasp, secretes a sticky sap that the wasps subsist on. That's a lot of sticky, subsisting, slave-like words that are going on there in that sentence. We need to check on... We should check in with Styx, see what's up there. I think we got a couple slots open for silk eaters as well. Roach guts, fresh innards of a muck roach, tough and slimy, with a rank odor, unpalatable to most. All right, and I guess we've got a few different deliveries. Courier swag, heavy cloth sack containing tools, trinkets, and medical aids. Queen's egg, speaking of our slave. Though the queen cannot gather silk itself with time and care, it could be raised to breed more silk eaters. Courier's rasher, fatty meat of indeterminate origin. Once prepared, it will quickly spoil if not stored properly. And vintage nectar. Oh, vintage nectar is... Was this also a delivery quest? High quality nectar of a long-lived aphid, kept in storage over many lifetimes to allow a complex maturation. No, this was part of the quest for the pickled muck maggot, as well as the crusty nugget. Pungent delicacy preserved in roach brine. Frickin' Lagoli. That dork who is gone for good. Tough furred seed from the center of a corpora cluster, stale to taste but strong once ground as seasoning. All right, there we go. That's our fill of materium, especially when we know we've already kind of read that stuff before. There's not really new details there to be gleaned, but I still enjoy savoring every little bit that Silksong has to offer. All right, we're full up on silk here. I think we will switch up our crest like we've been doing for most episodes. It's been a little while, but I think maybe we go with the Architect's crest. Although we did get an upgrade. Ooh, that's right. We are now sitting at a cap of 800 for our shell shards. I was thinking we might switch to the Architects to just spend some more shards. Maybe we still will. If I'm going to be doing some backtracking, I probably want to be spending some shards with these tools. Let's still do it. Let's throw in the Architect's crest, and then we had a lot of fun with this cannon last time. I think maybe we continue that. Maybe. Do we keep the cannon in there? Maybe I even put it. Maybe we'll put the rings up here, and in the middle we can. It's been a while since we've done this flint slate. We can give that a shot. That feels okay. There are so many tools. There are so many tools, and I feel like some of these are starting to get ignored a little bit. But there's just so many. It's really hard to give each of them their due. What do we want for our other slots? This Wreath of Purity we can put on the bench for now, but if we're heading back to Bilwater at any point, this thing goes right back in. What an awesome charm. The Wispfire Lantern we could play around with. Try to give that some time in the spotlight. Maybe let's do that. Instead of our multi-binder, we'll bring in the Wispfire. And also we can we'll do a little bit more snitch pick action. Or we could go with the Long Claw. You know what? Why don't we see how the Long Claw feels with our Architect's crest. And then for the yellow slots, how can we forget? We have to have our harp. Until I'm satisfied that we are done doing needle and stuff. Until we are done with that, I love the Ascendant script, but maybe while we have on, no, we can keep the Ascendant script. We can keep it, but it wouldn't be a bad idea to have on the Magnetite Brooch if we're going to be doing backtracking. Let's leave this on for now, though. Let's just go with that lineup, and yeah, let's now see about that quest. Check in on the wish wall here, see what it has to offer. Silk and Soul. The caretaker of Songclave has left a quest here in Bellheart. Oi, I'm wishing for that bothersome bell ringer. That you reading this? Then head up top beside the shrine. Maybe, or might be, we two should have a little chat. Is he talking about Pavo? Because Pavo's the bell ringer, isn't he? So the caretaker wants to see Pavo for some reason? So are we escorting Pavo? Let's find out. Silk and Soul. Oh, what? Silk and Soul? I have been wondering. We'll take a moment to talk to the pawn catcher, but you almost never have anything new. Same as before. Pawn catcher read. It's just fun that he kind of strolls in and out at his own whim. So Silk and Soul meet with the caretaker. Oh, it just says meet with the caretaker in Songclave. It sounded like he wanted us to bring the bell ringer to him, but I guess we're just gonna go there. Okay. So another big mystery that we've had for a while is what to do with this Seeker's Soul. And I wonder, based on the name of this quest, are we finally gonna get an answer to that? Because he did react, right? He had a reaction when we picked up this Seeker's Soul. He did have some new dialogue. And maybe we're finally going to get a progression here. And who knows, if we're lucky, maybe this thing is even connected to a true ending. Possibly. Let's talk to the rest of our characters here in Bellheart just to see if there's any new dialogue. It looks like Frey is the same as before. Nothing new to offer at the shop. Pavo, same as before. So, since we're heading to the Songclave, do we want to do a delivery quest? Do we want to do the Songclave? Oh, there's actually a new delivery quest. Liquid Lacquer. Is this for our bell home? Isn't lacquer a paint? Delivery for liquid lacquer. That's quite a good number of rosaries. We can see what the details are on this. Liquid lacquer. They're gonna tell us where to go? I have no idea where to go right now. A delivery deadly, dangerous, fiercely cold. For old bug up there that does need it much, much. Serves us all he does, so we serve back. The Mask Maker? And great test for you, Miss Courier. Most challenging challenge this. The lacquer to bring is sloshy slosh, a hard carry even for the best. A quest to bring lacquer, paint, to the Mask Maker. I mean, I wanted to go back up there and talk to the guy, so this is perfect. It's like they read my mind. So we want to go to Songclave, but we also want to go to the Mask Maker, and Team Cherry knows what they're doing. They have given us a couple quests to go along with each of those objectives. I have met this maker. His is a long service worthy of respect. I will be glad to aid his efforts. Okay, do we have a time limit on this? It looks like it's not ticking away, but it only has 3 hits that we can take. Only 3 hits before we got to go all the way up to Mount Fae. And I presume the rules are just like before. There's no riding the Bellway. So now we do have alternate routes. We don't necessarily have to go up through the blasted steps. That's probably still the smart way if we're not taking... Like, I don't think it would be safer to go through the Wisp Thicket, would it? Thicket? Underworks? That can't be safer than going up through... Like, I certainly am much more familiar with Shellwood Blasted Steps, if nothing else, and that familiarity has got to be worth something. So, unless there's some other... that's gotta be the way, right? That's gotta be the best way. So let's... we have a couple ranged options. The rings, as well as the cannon. The cannon is funny, because it's really not a cannon, is it? It's more of a Gatling gun. Like, when we first picked it up, I was thinking we were going to be doing, like, Bloodborne cannon. Like, just, like an actual cannon, you know? Like, you launch one big amalgamation of rosaries and just decimate the enemy in one hit. Instead, it's kind of more of a pea shooter, but it, you know, it gets the job done. Now, okay, so we do have to worry about... Oh, I've got my Wisp Fire thing on as well. Actually, that's good, right? That's good. The Wisp Fire is you would think, gonna help protect us. So I'm not opposed to having this on. Not opposed to this whatsoever. We have this connection now to... That's right, down to the marrow. That was such a good one. Getting this this mouth to finally open. I do want to go back to Bell Bottom as well at some point and check in on the chapel maid and see if maybe this door is opened. What's it going to take to get that door open? Or is this the way we want to go? We're going to have to make a climb through this room or this room. Which one do I think is safer? Actually, I think this way is probably a little safer because there's those annoying bell throwers that are in, or bell bearers. Oh, and I have Ascendance Grip. The bell bearers are there in the that climb to the left. So I am using, I have to remember I'm using the wait for my charm to do its job. I'm using the Architect's Crest, so I have this this special pogo here, which is cool. Don't take damage from these guys. And we do have Ascendance Grip, so we can be as precise as we want to be here. Oh man, almost took a hit. Almost took a hit, just because I'm not used to the Architect's Crest pogoing. Okay. So it can take care of its business off screen. You just need to get in range for it to launch itself. But once you do that, it'll take out the enemies for you. This is actually a pretty good charm for this, isn't it? All right, we're finding some good use for the Wispfire Lantern. I love it. And there's no reason for us to sit at the bench here. We don't want to bench at all, actually. Because either... No, yeah, we don't want to bench at all because we would be respawning any enemies. There shouldn't be any enemies in this chamber, though. This room. But you never know in Silksong. So now we do have to go up around here and kind of take the long way through Blasted Steps. There's no way up directly from here, is there? That boulder kind of scared me for a minute because I had forgotten all about those. Yeah, we just got to go up. There's no way around it. We just got to do what we've done before. Maybe there are... That's not a shortcut, right? We do have to be careful of boulders here. But they do tend to make a sound if we're attentive listeners. Now, there is a shortcut here, I think, that we've established. Is that true? Where is the shortcut in this room? I think it's over here. Yeah. So nice having double jump now. I thought there was a rock falling down. The worms popping out of the ground kind of scared me. I'm not gonna lie. It's funny how your nerves, you are so much more on edge all of a sudden when you're carrying around a delicate flower. Excuse me, we do get a quest for it on top of everything, but the liquid lacquer, pale glaze used in the preparation and protection of bone masks. Pale glaze. Oh, shit. Do your thing. Do your thing. I was like, I'm backing out of this room. I'm backing out. I don't care. If it means I lose my progress on hitting the enemy here. Get you out of here. Do not come close to me while I am... while I have, you know, pale glaze on my fingers. Phrasing? We're just going straight up, right? I don't need you going after the feralids here. I'll be fine. I just need to remember if there's any conch flyers, Driznits. And... Ooh, how do I get up here? How do I get up and around? Oh, like this. What am I thinking? It's straightforward. It's simple. Oh my god! No! I got so confused there as to where I was. I completely lost track of where the floor was underneath me. Because I don't know, I was expecting there to be like a wall. I think it's because I misread this as a wall. What's behind Hornet, I thought was a wall that she was gonna like claw line to. And when I realized that that was not the case, and then my brain had to change gears to figure out where it actually was, it was all over, man. All ogre, man. All right, now we get to this room. But maybe... Oh, that's right. I can double jump. I don't even have to deal with that Driznit below. But then I do have to deal with this judge. At least to get by you momentarily. And then I can go up here. Okay. Gotta remember we can claw line these things. Alright, and now we're back to this room having been vacated by the fleas. It's now back to its original state, quote unquote, before the original state before the Grand Gate. Intentional rhyme. So we still have to go all the way around and then through the slab as well. This is great. This is just so phenomenal. Oh, have we ever tried... No, of course we did the needle in here once before to open the Grand Gate, duh. But I saw the harp in the background, and it reminded me of the Weaver harps, and I thought, oh wait, have we tried to do the needle in here? Of course, this is like one of the first big places you have to use the needle in. Oh, and there's a harp on the other side. I've never noticed that. There's a harp on both sides of the gate. And so the center of the gate is the center of the gate itself is the center of the harp. That's so cool. All right, this is we're making progress here, but at a moment's notice, things could go wrong. It's gonna be the worst if at the last second. The thing that's gonna do me in is gonna be like falling in like icy water or something. I'm gonna be so close to that in Mask Maker, and then all of a sudden, frozen water. Okay, what is the safest way here? Probably the safest way is to use our... Actually, what the hell did you... Oh, you hit that thing. You hit that thing. I wanted to use my cannon. I wanted to do my cannon to get you guys out of here. But I also have to remember, like, I kind of have a free attack. I kind of have a free set of attacks with the Wisp Fire. It does have a little bit of a recharge on it, but it's more or less free because we just keep getting back the silk from our silk hearts. So, okay. And we're back to the awesome Choral Chambers music, which is the best. I kind of have to go this way though. Just being extra cautious, probably more than I need to be. I'm hesitant to sprint around because I don't have the enemy positions memorized, and the moment I go sprinting is the moment I'm gonna bonk right into the enemy's face. Apparently we can go this way. We don't want to ride the travel or the pneumatic tube. The Termina, is that what they're called? Ventrica. We don't want to ride the Ventrica, but we can go this way. And we're ready to make like a quick retreat if all of a sudden a Claw Maiden pops out. A random Claw Maiden. Probably wouldn't be... Uh-oh. This is new. We found the Sentinel! And it's fighting against it's fighting against the other enemies. It's on our side. It's an ally. What? And it has some amazing looking attacks, and it bows. And then it's gone. What? Okay. Well, that was an awesome, unexpected surprise. So this thing is just roaming the Citadel. Kind of like Garmund and Zaza. And it's just cleaning up the riffraff. I have not taken notes yet on the dialogue from the Sentinel, so I don't remember exactly what we talked about with her the first time. I am going to take a moment and dip in the hot spring. That's not going to reset our progress or respawn any enemies that we don't want to respawn, so we'll get a little bit of Silk back. But the, as long as I don't run and bonk my head into a wall. But that is so cool. I'm just trying to figure out, why is she going after the bugs that have been haunted? We talked to her, man, what did we talk about? We told her about the haunting, I guess. We told her that the Citadel is no longer alive, at least not the way that she knew it. And I guess that was enough for her to say, all right, I can't let this stand. The Citadel is not in a state that's acceptable. I gotta do something about this. That is so cool that we just run into her, though, while we're doing this delivery quest. Silksong is the best. Alright. There are gonna be some spawning enemies here. So, whether or not I can run past them is another story. Okay, good. Oh yeah, the slab. We just go straight down, but there is at least one... I don't remember what it's called. Guard fly. There's at least one guard fly to get past here. Or is there? I could have sworn there was one in that first room, but maybe not. Okay, so now we can just go down. There's an enemy down here. I just don't remember where they are. Oh, it's that. Okay, there's a different guard fly that I forgot about. And oh, this is not the way to go. We have to go up and over. I made this mistake before. We have to go up, stay to the right so we don't aggro the guy. But then we can go over here, and then this goes toward the stag. We'll have to make it past. There's a few enemies in, but this is maybe where the guard fly is. This is the one I was thinking about. So, let's see how we do this. Cannon. Just unleash the cannon. You've got rosaries to spare. You're going to be earning a whole shitload of rosaries for doing this. Spend them. Spend those rosaries like there's no tomorrow. All right. I do have also a big-ass drill bit that I can charge up. I did not mean to do that. That was supposed to be in another ring. A little bit of a waste there with the flint slate, but it's okay. Okay. Alrighty, we're not sitting at the bench. No need to sit at the bench because we don't want to respawn any other enemies that we have already killed. And now we're here to Mount Fae, and we have cold protection. So we're good on that front. Now, we just want to basically... I think we can climb up with a double jump. We can essentially do the climb in this room. By room, I guess I'm talking about the, like, yeah, this one long column up the eastern side of the mountain. I think we can actually get up there now. Like, this we can do. And then from here, we just follow the claw line pattern that we would have otherwise. These enemies are not, like, we just don't want to, we don't want to take damage from them, obviously, by running into them, but they don't attack us. So we're good there. We might have, it might be a little funky with our Wispfire Lantern, because it's possible that it will try to attack those enemies as we're trying to claw line them, and that might come back to bite us. I hope it doesn't. Do we go up this way? I think so. Now, of course, running into spikes is always an option. Or always a potential, so... But of course, that's why this quest is a little dangerous, isn't it? There's got to be some level of danger. Saved. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's awesome. And now that we're here, even if we didn't have double jump, we've already opened up this shortcut. So good. So then, it's going to be safer for us to keep going up this way and then come down instead of trying to go to the left and up. I think it's just, this is going to be safer. Did the Wispfire actually try to attack the ring? The little... Yeah, shit. Almost. It almost mucked me up. But did it try to attack the claw line ring? Well, wait, because I knew it was going to beat me that time. But these guys respawn faster than the cooldown on our Wispfire, I think. Gotta remember how we did this. So far, so good. Alrighty. And we're almost there. We're almost already at the top. This is going swimmingly. I'm probably doing this way slower than I need to, but this is just how I do this. Better be safe than sorry? Question mark? Not sitting at any benches. No need to sit at any bench. Are we going up from here? I think that's the only way we can go. I think we have to go up. Up and over. Or can I go up here? There we go. Double jump for the win. Now, at the same time, I can't actually go any higher there, so we have to go over this way, I think. And the wind does kind of naturally take me there. Wow, I almost screwed that up. I almost completely overthought that and mucked myself. Mucked myself? Yeah, that's the PG way of saying it, guys. Because we're in the land of muck maggots. Or we're in Pharloom, which contains muck maggots in some of its recesses, and so that's our just a friendly little children's video game here, and so we have to say mucked. Okay, now we're ready to head over. Head over. Just wanted to see if we would get a... Ooh, this guy's gonna come to life, isn't he? So... No, he's not. He doesn't come to life? Does that mean that these... Because I remember this being shell shards. So that's not a one-time shards pickup? Oh, that's kind of cool. That respawns, because we've definitely destroyed that before. Isn't there at least one servitor in here, though? No? Okay. All right. Now, we just go down. Are there any spikes to fall onto here at any point? Yes. Yes. Answer, yes, gotta be. On the lookout still. Are we going all the way down? Well, I just did. Okay, we're still fine. I thought, I was for a second thinking, could we pass this by accident? Oh, it's to the left. It's to the left. And then, oh, okay. I don't want you to do that. No. I kind of don't want my wisp fire now all of a sudden because it's kind of screwing with my plans. There we go. Just don't overthink it. We made it! Yay! Let's go. All right, with 2 hits to spare, 1 hit to spare, because if we'd have taken the 3rd, there goes our lacquer. All right, my friend, I got something for you. Maker, I bring a delivery from Bellheart below. Lacquer for your long work. Good, good. To seal, to protect. May Pharloom's fresh faces gleam bright. Awesome. Take reward for service made, visitor. Gift for you to spend or treasure. It's for my cannon. It's ammunition. Do you are you a pacifist by any chance? Do you have any moral reservations about handing over groceries that are going to be turned into bullets? All deserve a face. A chance to be. Until I wither for the faceless I shall provide. Dang it. So there's no additional new dialogue, huh? Oh, and you know what I just realized? Unless one of our... he wouldn't react to that. Can one of our tools take off the mask? Okay. That didn't take off his mask, it just hit him in the ass. What about this one? I just there it is! Okay, cool. Our charge, I don't know if I needed the flint slate, but I think our charged needle for the Architect's Crest, at least. Maybe it does it with all of them. Maybe the Hunter's Strike, or the Needle's Strike, no matter what takes off the mask. But I was a little worried because we didn't have a Silk skill, and I thought, oh no! I didn't bring my Descending Dark equivalent to take off your mask. But you may not have anything new. Or have we? The bugs, I think this is new. The bugs of your land. I have watched them, climbing towards their absolution without the flicker of a thought to what it means. So this is just talking about all the bugs climbing toward the Citadel, everybody who's haunted. Just, oh, the Citadel's the greatest thing ever. Let's all go to the Citadel. Don't know what's in for him. Aye, but isn't it always such for those snared to serve your higher caste? Our higher caste? Like Hornet's higher caste? Aren't you talking about the bug at the top, though? Except, are we in the same caste as the Silk Mother? The Grandmother Silk? We still don't know for sure. But she certainly... I mean, we have to be related to her in some regard, right? If she's the one who spawned the Weavers, like, she's kind of our mother in a way. And is that why she is called Grandmother? Is it not it's not just that she is grand per se, but is she actually Hornet's grandmother? I'm probably reading into that a little too much. Our mortal mob did once act some defiance, unawares maybe, but successful in part, goaded towards it by Weaver's will and all. What does he mean? Our mortal mob, some defiance. Defiance of who? The Silk Mother? Unawares maybe, but successful in part. So, is he talking about, did the Weavers try to rebel against the Grandmother Silk? And they took control of some of the other bugs? Huh. Maybe not took control, but he says goaded towards it by Weaver's will and all. Like, what's the act of defiance? It has to be against Silk, doesn't it?
Pasvin?
You speak of the Citadel? Its former function has failed, but I can still sense its purpose, some. It is church and cage both. So he was talking about the Citadel. Aye, devised by your ancestors, that monstrosity, and their wicked clever minds. A system, or a web they'd likely call it, a way to keep their mother sealed in slumber, and themselves free to lavish in their false rule. Boom. Lore bomb dropped. I'm getting chills right now. This is awesome. This sentence right here, this might be like the crucial central paragraph to the whole game, if you're trying to understand the lore, because this kind of answers it all. It was an act of rebellion that the Weavers constructed the Citadel. And that's, now that would answer the question why we see in other places throughout the Citadel, we've seen hints of Weaver architecture, and I had mentioned, was this Citadel built on top of that? I guess the answer is yes, except it wasn't like, oh, the Weavers built some big structure a long time ago and then somebody else came along and built the Citadel on top of it. No, the Weavers did it themselves. It was their technology or their architecture that was the foundation of the place. And they did it to seal away their mother. And that was the act of rebellion. Oh, this is so cool. This is so awesome. We are getting answers. And I'm so stoked. I knew this guy was going to... It felt to me like this was kind of the... this guy was going to be similar to Midwife. Midwife is one of those NPCs that has so many crucial answers and keys to the puzzle. And now Maskmaker has given us perhaps the biggest one of all. Awesome. So they called it a system or a web. Yeah. A web. And that was maybe the silk cocoon that the mother is trapped inside? Or, as I was thinking about it later, it might not be that she was in a cocoon. It could be that she was the cocoon because she's silk. But one way or another, she was sealed away. That is so awesome to learn that. Tell me more, please. That's it. Dang. He dropped the lore bomb, and now he's done. He's out. Mic drop. Mask drop, mic drop. Dude, that was awesome. Hell yeah. We're just gonna do one more little check here. Let's leave, come back in just to make sure the dialogue is fully exhausted. Just to make sure that we don't have anything else. All right, there we go. Awesome. So the Weavers, that is insane, dude. I don't think we're gonna do anything, any other backtracking right now. I'm not gonna go poking ceilings and corners for like sus walls or anything like that in Mount Fae. So we might as well just go ahead and warp back to the bench, which is back in Bellheart. I think let's do that. Let's do our save and quit, which should take us back to Bellheart. Huge lore drop. New lore just dropped. And that kind of answers everything, doesn't it? There might be some, there's going to be some additional things to fill in, but that's such a big one. We obviously want to know more about exactly what the, oh, you can deliver to Fleetopia as well. That's great. I was looking to see if there was going to be a Songclave delivery, but no such luck. So, since we're going to go to Songclave, I thought maybe we would do a delivery there as well. But also, we've never gotten these little minor delivery quests have only netted us rosaries. So, they haven't really been worthwhile in terms of, you know, unlocking anything new, like getting new supplies or items to buy. So, getting that Songclave supplies delivery at least once is not, it doesn't have to be a huge priority. Let's refill our cannon, though. Refill this sucker. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Boom. So cool having the full capacity of our tool pouch now as well. We're not going to turn in any relics to the Relic Seeker yet. There's nothing to do with the Pin Master yet because we don't have any new pale oil, but we can check with Chakra just to see if anything new from her. Just to be sure. Looks like the answer is no. So in exchange for no new information, it warms my heart. It warms my heart every time. All right, let's go to the Songclave. Let's go there. That was cool. That was so fun to do that delivery quest and not just be rewarded with the, you know, the dopamine rush of a successful delivery quest first try, but also getting that humongous, ginormous piece of information behind the motivation of not just, I mean, the Weavers, the Citadel, and everything. It's just crazy how big of a piece to the puzzle that is. Insane. Will anybody else react to us learning that? Question mark. We gotta find out. Another big question mark I've got is when will we find Pilby? Where's Pilby at? I know, I'm gonna talk to you in a minute. Just chill. I'll be with you in a second, my dude. I'm just gonna check in with anybody else here who might have something new. Did you pick up any new supplies? No, you did not. Okay. Let's just buy this Coral Commandment. Yes. Because eventually we'll want to turn that into the Relic Seeker for lore. And okay, nothing new from anybody else. So let us talk with the caretaker. It's feeling almost time, eh, bell ringer? Oh, I am the bell ringer. Hornet is the bell ringer, not Pavo. Hornet is the bell ringer because she has rung the bell at the first shrine and all these other bells along the way to open the Grand Gate and so forth. Duh. You and her who waits up there. That fated meeting won't hold forever. Ready to make your play to oust one ruler and claim her place? Oh, this is so exciting. We are getting, I think, whatever quest or interaction needs to happen for us to get a different ending. That's what it feels like. I'll not deny some part of me desires that outcome. Dominance, it seems, is baked deep in my blood. As too, no doubt, for the one up top. So that's interesting that we didn't achieve dominance in the first ending. We did not get there, even though, like, I'm gonna quickly check Steam here, but the achievement does say Weaver Queen, does it not? Let's see. Weaver Queen. That's the name of the ending. But clearly Hornet was, you know, completely encased in silk. she didn't really seem to have much agency, but she was kind of breaking free. You saw all the Weaver limbs starting to come out at the very end. So I don't know. That one is... I still don't know what to make of that. I still don't completely know. Although I did think later, the cocoon... When we break out of our... when we retrieve our cocoon, you do briefly see Hornet is in kind of the same form, just completely black or void or whatever she is. That same form that we saw in the cutscene with her as Weaver Queen. Is there a connection there? And yet, another part resists. A part, over time, I find myself siding with more. That part wishes not to claim a monarch's mantle. Rather, it would see my freedom regained, and this kingdom's bugs unshackled from their pale chains. This is what we're doing. Free them all. Do not replace, simply break the cycle. Remarkable idea you're speaking there, bell ringer. A world cut free. Not a wish I've had much cause to hope on, serious like, but I ain't so surprised to hear you speak it. For all your helping, I've been seeing it clearer. You've still got the monarch in you, all right, and the glare of a weaver, but the ambition, that's wild different from both. You've got the monarch all right and the glare of a weaver, but the ambition, that's wild different from both. She doesn't have the same ambition that you would normally see in a weaver. If you have already guessed to my desires, sir, and share some part of it, would you offer me aid in the conflict to come? I? Maybe, yes. I can barely bear to tell it, but there's an idea, one rare disgust, for fear of her up there sensing the score. You have conceived a method, I take it? A way to see a monarch removed, and me left free from claiming her station? That's all she's doing, right, is claiming her station. Except, of course, I get it now. I just realized. We got the Citadel keeps the Silk Mother chained. It keeps her in slumber. Until finally it can't anymore. Until finally she wakes up. Just like the Hollow Knight could only contain the infection for so long. And eventually it would start to seep out. And that's what has happened with the Silk Mother. Eventually she comes to life. Eventually she wakes up and she starts to haunt the kingdom. And so Hornet takes her place, but eventually, Hornet also breaks free from the hold of the Citadel. And now she's just in the same place that we were before. Got it. I get it, guys. This is so cool. I'm loving this. So this is the caretaker speaking. We have me and what remains of my family. It's a trap of a sort, beyond the skill of this Citadel. One to go further than just her binding. You'd be just the hunter to set it, if you're dare enough to try. Grant me your aid, sir. If your trap provides a path to freedom, both for myself and your land's bugs, I may indeed choose to trigger it. What work do you require of me now to see your service made? It's my family's strength you'll need be seeking, bell ringer. Us 3 old bugs still alive, spread across this kingdom, and one poor cousin dead and drained in swamps choked rotten. He is one of these shamans, isn't he? He is, because he's talking about the cousin up in Bilewater. It's gotta be. Each has power, raw, savage stuff. For you, they'll give it, if for their fascination at the act, or the thrill of defiance, or because they have no choice at all. Not a miss. For the last part, I'll also be needing that rune setter you're carrying. Clever old weaver tool, that thing, and the perfect base on which to stretch our power. Wow, so that's really interesting. If you had not, because the runes, is he talking about, he's talking about the snare setter, right? It makes sense. We're gonna upgrade the snare setter in some way with some new powerful incantation that's gonna be able to capture the grandmother. But if you hadn't found that, because that thing is really well hidden, it's possible you wouldn't have found that at this point. Possibly. Maybe he would prompt you to go find it. He would give you a clue to go poke around in the weave nest. Maybe. Anyway, perfect base on which to stretch our power. Once you've collected for yourself the other critical parts, I'll ask you pass it over as well. So we're going to get an upgrade to our snare setter. This is... Oh, look at this. So we do have the Seeker Soul and the Snare Setter are two of the prerequisites. The other two are the Maiden Soul and the Hermit Soul. As in the Bell Hermit and the Chapel Maid. That's got to be it, right? I hadn't thought about the Bell Hermit being related to them, but the Chapel Maid I have thought of before. I guess we go to her. Let's go there, because there's nothing else to do here at the Songclave. Nothing else to do. That bell doesn't even ring when we try to ring it. So let's set our bench here. And we go to the Chapel Maid. I had thought, like, I had wondered, I was like, who are we going to get? Who are we going to have an interaction with where this Seeker Soul is relevant? And we needed to just wait. That was the ultimate answer, was just be patient. You already got that little snippet of dialogue from the caretaker. But because he hadn't given us this quest yet, and I was like, well, how are we going to get a quest? How are we going to get this quest that leads us to a true ending? I was starting to think that the Chapel Maid might be one of those people that we need to revisit and talk to again. We hadn't gotten any new dialogue from her in a while. But she was definitely going to be on the list if nothing else had borne fruit. Anything new in Bell Bottom? Have we finally reached the end of everything that's going to happen here? Maybe so. Never will we see the reconstruction of the statue. It's a one-time only. Will only live on in the memory of those involved who remember that statue forever in their hearts.
Yanara.
Look at this. Oh, it's happening. Madam, I return seeking power to aid the construction of a trap at request of your sibling residing atop the citadel. Aye, Hunter. So you managed to rouse the old fool. I've known it coming, felt it, and glad I am. The rest of my family spent far too long huddled and glum. Or dead. Not me. I'd always been thinking it a waste to just take what's coming when her up top wakes. The rest of her family, like the Bell Hermit, huddled and glum. Better to fight for freedom or go out in a blaze. Oh! Maiden Soul. Hell yeah. It is happening. Vial gifted by the Chapel Maid, filled full with swirling soul. Did they come from Hallownest? Or is this just something that bugs of any persuasion can tap into? It's kind of like this, sort of like the Force or something. It's just this essence, soul that can be tapped into by any bug who really digs into the art of it. It's not a surprise it's you rallying us to action, Hunter. You had the sense about you. A bug bringing change and all. Of course you're more than just a bug, ain't you? More than Weaver. Guess it'd take someone like you from my family to dare hope at success. Go and prove our trust now, won't you? We spend our lifetimes wishing for another path. With a bit of luck, you might grant it. That's so cool. I would imagine her song is still the same. Same as before. Hide and wait, a kingdom lost. hide and wait until Hornet comes along. Until a bug that is capable of supplanting the queen. This door. It does say ruined chapel. Ruined chapel. Ruined chapel. Was it a... like, maybe there's never gonna be a... Because now I realize it's a chapel. Just like Chapel of the Witch, Chapel of the Beast, and so on. Are we ever gonna get a crest from it? Or is it like, nah, this door has been sealed a long time ago by some other player who picked up a crest that you don't even want to know anything about? All right, so now we have 3 pieces to the puzzle. 1 more to go, and it's gotta be the Bell Hermit, doesn't it? It's gotta be. It's done gotta be the guy. And this is all of a sudden falling into place. So I was like a little bit worried. We'll see what happens here, but I was starting to think like, oh man, how are we gonna make progress here? How much backtracking and scouring of the map am I gonna have to do to really get where I want to go? Bellheart. Or really do something that I want to, do something that I need in order to make progress. Also, that was so fun doing the... I'm still geeked about the lore reveal that we got from the Mask Maker. This is so perfect. So the slave comes seeking. I've heard it. Wishing on a world cut free, yes? Along with my nephew up there. Oh, Uncle Bell Hermit over here, huh? Sounds he's sunk as simple as you. Will you not provide your aid, Bug? This trap he plans requires power, and I suspect you're hoarding more than most. I totally would not have suspected the Bell Hermit as one of these bugs connected to soul. Shamans. Oh no, I'll give it. Not in the hope you'll succeed. In that there's slim chance. I give just to see that restless energy unleashed. So much soul, found and formed. Generations of it, all going to waste. Better it's given a chance to blaze. Blaze it up. All right. Who knew that the Hermit was such a glass half full kind of guy, after all? There we go. So we have the Maiden's Soul gifted by the Chapel Maid, and Hermit's Soul Heavy Bell. Oh, it's a bell! Filled with the shimmering soul of the Bell Hermit. And the soul of the long deceased bug we saw in Biowater. And that's so cool how that played out. How we ended up getting that done far before anything else that it was even close to the quest that it was related to. That's awesome. Okay, so I was wondering if there was going to be any extra steps. It sounded for a second like the Bell Hermit was going to make us go through, jump through some hoops. Like, go gather some other materials for him or something. Like, yeah, go get me this special tea that I like up from Yarnaby. Yarnaby knows the exact blend that I like. I don't know. Making up some, like, I was, part of me was just worried that Yarnaby was going to be involved in some way. And that Hornet, I think Hornet never in a million years wants to see or have anything to do with the great misunderstood Yarnaby. Oh, we did have the bench up in the first shrine, but it's fine. It's fine. We got fast travel. We're living in style these days. We got all the Ventrica tubes. We got all the bellways. We may or may not have all the maps. That remains to be seen. Sir, I have the items requested. Craft me your trap that we may see these lands free. Let's do it. I'm guessing it's going to be a strict upgrade to our snare setter. That may not be the case. You know, like you had in Hollow Knight, you had King Soul, which became Void Heart. And, you know, King Soul is not the greatest charm in the world, but it's definitely a much different charm than Void Heart, which is not really a charm. And there were times where I was like, I kind of miss my King Soul. Can I have my King Soul back, please? I'm gonna hope that I'm not wedded to Snare Setter in that regard nearly as much. So if it completely changes the nature of Snare Setter, it'll be fine.
Not a miss.
Found it all, did you, Bell Ringer? Then join me, and let's get to prepping. I'll be asking both your silk and your claws for the construction. Before the construction is what he meant. For. Oh my. Getting up close and personal here. Okay. And, oh, what does he have on his back? It's done. The parts are prepared. I'm heading up now to set the heavy thing. Oh my god, he is actually going to the cradle. Yo. Even with the trap laid, best be guessing her on top won't go down so simple. She'll sense what's coming. That blade of yours is gonna have to do its work before this thing can snap. Okay, so yeah, we still have to obviously fight the boss, and then the snare will come into play at some point. I'd expected such, sir, and I am ready. Set your snare. I shall attend shortly. Like, Hornet's been on the other end of this, right? Hornet's the one. One of the most famous lines in all of video games. Get good. She knows how this plays out. Are we getting like... Oh no, the caretaker's just leaving. Okay. So the caretaker... Oh my god. So he is going... And now, instead of defeating the Pale Monarch, we have a second quest. Destroy Soul Snare. Scale the Citadel and ensnare its monarch in a deadly trap. We have what is likely going to be our true ending. Oh my god. That is so exciting. So we need to prep for another boss fight. We need to prep. We could go with this lineup if we wanted. This is not a terrible lineup. Probably not a terrible lineup at all. We do want spider strings because I do want to see if we can get, with the upgraded Needle-In, if we can get some lyrics. We won't need Ascendant script, so that we can definitely swap out for dice. But then in terms of our Rosary Cannon is probably not going to cut it here. The Volt Vessels would probably be pretty nice. So I could see us setting that in the snare mode well, no, this is fine. So actually, wow. So we actually completely lose our snare setter. For good, question mark? Just like our King Soul? No, bring back my snare setter. We might have completely, for good, lost our snare setter. Wow. We'll see. We'll see what happens here, but this is definitely the mode that you want the Volt Vessels to be in. I'm just thinking what other tools could be fun to try. Like, clearly the claw line pattern that we had going was pretty nice. And honestly, Weave Light is pretty good if you just want to keep regenerating that initial bit of silk. So the throwing ring is probably not that good here. It's probably better for us to go with just put like the laser beams up here. Okay. I think that's a good enough starter lineup. We'll leave the Long Claw as well. We'll see how that feels. And I am going to take a short break, and then we will make our way back to the cradle. Okay, slight change of plans. I forgot something that I wanted to do before we go to the cradle. I had wanted to do this actually a bit earlier in the episode that I kind of forgot. I wanted to make a stop at the 12th Architect and pick up a new tool. And maybe even get some new dialogue. What's this, Bug Red? Even down here, I detect it's working. Have you climbed our core and woken the voices of my line? talking about... Oh yeah, the threefold melody, of course, right? I have Maker. Clearly it was a climb never intended for regular bugs, and fair fortune that the skills gifted within your lands allowed my ascent. The melody and the voices, both are fine things heard and witnessed. Even in this fading moment, their artistry shines through. Impressive, industrious, eternal. You have seen a glimpse, bug red, of us, how once we were. The minds of architects inspired. What majesty we did create. Cool. Cool, I love these little extra bits of flavor are so cool. And now, we do get to afford, or we can purchase, we have the craft metal to get the sawtooth circlet. This band of metal teeth, sharp and light fine, it could be woven within your red outer layer, a hidden weapon. It's actually a blue charm. I had forgot it was a blue charm. I thought it was a red charm for some reason. We're gonna try it. We got the rosaries, let's spend them. We got the craft metal, let's spend it. And see what this is all about. My service to you, Bug Red. As it concludes, I must speak, confess. Long now I have felt my rotors slow their spin. My limbs lift weak. An ending is felt, coming, sudden, certain. Welcome. Aww.
That's fine.
Whatever fading you feel has not shown in your craft, Master. You have provided tools of immaculate make. What will follow if you pass? Would another take your place? Oh, that's right. She is the 12th, isn't she? Number 13 coming on up. One cannot. The skill to construct an architect, that was taken by time. I am the last, final. The core remains to sustain the song, but no more architects to tend, toil, or build anew. Oh my god, the last of her line. This is strange, for Pharloom eternal, states the directive, cage. But how can eternity sustain without an architect to serve? This seems error. An end? An error. Welcome? Oh man, this is some heartbreaking dialogue. Like, part of my concentration is being taken trying to figure out how to do these stutters. How exactly do you pronounce error? But also, it's heartbreaking, the idea that, you know, she's just a construct, but at the same time, there's life to her, and it's coming to an end. All right, we don't need any shard bundles, and it looks like we are finally at a standstill with the dialogue. That is heartbreaking. Don't go, 12th Architect. Don't go. What does this sawtooth circlet do? Flexible belt of serrated metal teeth, able to, I want to say be affixed to the hem of a cloak. Flaring the cloak will spin the blades, damaging surrounding enemies. Oh. We're going to do that in place of Longclaw. We're gonna keep that, or we're gonna put that on the bench and keep the Wisp Fire Lantern, and then throw in the Sawtooth Circlet, which can now. Oh, it does it on a double jump as well. So it's both the double jump and when you. I thought it was only gonna be when you unfurl to do the Drifter's Cloak portion, but it actually does both. Oh, that's kind of awesome. So we can do this, claw line to reset it all. Dude, this could actually be a really potent combo for dealing with the grandmother. Okay, I am so excited to try this out. Let's get back to it. Let's go back. We'll keep the lineup the way we have it. And that is so dope. Sawtooth Circlet. Sawtooth Circlet. And the 12th architect potentially being the last of her line. No, say it ain't so. This game is the best. This is so cool. Right, the terminus takes us to the cradle, doesn't it? That was such another amazing discovery, linking up to this place that we had been so long ago. It's so interesting that there's the two different, you still have a choice between which quest you want to take or which line you want to follow. What happens if we go back here? Lace is no longer here. We at least before we could see, you know, her head propped up there above the flowers, but there's no sign of her at all now. That's something that's gonna take a little getting used to. This sawtooth circlet popping out of nowhere. Now, another thing that I had thought of during the break, another thing that I had thought of here is the fact that we, knowing what I know from Hollow Knight has taught me that, you know, when Hornet, when Hornet gives her directive to get good, there is, you know, it doesn't necessarily mean that you are actually going to take that opportunity. You can, if you so choose, or if you are caught off guard, and ah, here he is. If you're caught off guard, one way or the other, there is the opportunity to pass up the chance to use the Dream Nail and proceed to the final act. So I think we might do that here. It sounds like the caretaker at some point is going to jump in and be ready to snare the Silk Mother. I'm suspecting that we will have to give like the final blow, or we'll have to play the needle in or something in order, just like, you know, casting the Dream Nail to enter the Dream Realm through the Hollow Knight. We might have to do that. And if we don't do it in time, then something bad happens to the caretaker and we get another bad ending. I'm gonna try, if that's the way it works, we're gonna try to get the other bad ending first before we get whatever true ending there is. We'll see if it works that way. Ain't you come a long way, bell ringer? Granting wishes, saving bugs, even rousing my sullen family to act. The snare is set above, our power bound along its thread. To your sight, it may seem a crude thing, but there's fair strength to it, enough to quell a god. You and your family have done me well, sir. I shall prove your faith in the meeting ahead. Aye, bring your best, bell ringer. Call forth our great pale god. Cut her weak, then drive the beast down atop the snare. Contact made will stir the snare alight, but only your needle's song will awake the spell in full. So we do have to play the needle in, just like using the Dream Nail to get good. When that moment arrives, you'll see it clear. So it sounds like what we'll do is just not play the needle in the first time and see what bad can happen. I have known your kind before, sir. Yours is a tribe that works and trades in power, and I'm about to extinguish its prime source. Oh. By trapping the Silk Mother, we are extinguishing the power that fuels soul? Silk and soul are inextricably linked? This music in the background as well is just gorgeous. Once this is done, will you truly delight in a land so bereft? If I am reading this right, that the caretaker and his family are basically shamans like we would have met and obtained the Shade Soul or Vengeful Spirit and Descending Dark and these other spells from Hollow Knight, if they're of the same ilk, then it sounds like Silk and Soul are basically the same thing. By capturing the Silk Mother, you're taking the power of Soul from the Caretaker and his like. Aye, well, my family's marks are all over that trap, and we spent a hard age avoiding the gaze of our god. If we earned it now, after such open opposition, that's a bleak conclusion none of us cared for. None of us would care for. Now, my job's done. It's time your grand business began. We'll be wishing victory to you, bell ringer, for all our sakes. Damn. And then he's out. Oh boy. This is so cool. This is so cool. Let's go again. Rematch time. I think she might actually just be the cocoon though. She's not breaking out of the cocoon. She's just like coming to life. And it's like, ta-da! Because then the cocoon like disappears, right? And it's like, where did it go? Turns out I was the cocoon. Grandmother Silk. Okay, now we got to do this fight. It's going to be a new fight. It's going to be kind of a new fight because we got a new crest. So we gotta get used to things here. And we're not doing the witch crest like we were before. But we can, however, use the sawtooth circlet. Oh, dude. What if we just hit you with the sawtooth circlet only? That's the only way we're allowed to damage you. The only thing is we don't generate silk if we do it that way. Oh, I needed to float there. Okay, I need to get some silk here to get a heal. That's the one downside of the Wispire Lantern, is it is ever so slowly taking me away from a heal. No, did I bench here? Oh God. Whoops, I forgot to bench, guys. I forgot to bench. Okay, it's a little bit awkward. It's a little bit on the awkward side, but we'll make this happen. We'll make this happen. My silk, my sawtooth circlet. We could just, that could be the challenge run here, is just sawtooth damage only. Wow, dude. I hadn't thought about that connection that might exist though between Silk and Soul. It does say it in the quest. It's what the quest is called. Well, it was called that. Now it's called Soul Snare. Where was the bench? It's right here. It's right here. We just need to sit at the actual bench that is in the cradle. Back we go though, and get back in the flow. This is such a flow fight. I absolutely love it. Cannot wait to do this fight. Radiant either, or whatever it's going to be called. The organ is so good. I got lucky. I got lucky. Pure luck. Oh, you can keep spamming the sawtooth circlet. It doesn't have to be the one. Wait, for real? Oh no, that's right. I'm second phase. Oh my god. Okay, we're doing so much damage because you can keep spawning the circlet like this. Well, I'm not doing it very well. because we have to be a little bit away from the ground, I guess. Okay, but I'm not doing it like it's supposed to work, but you get what I'm saying. Like, you can spawn it multiple times. Okay, now I think you can knock these. Yeah, I noticed in my editing, you can just knock these away with the needle. That you don't have to like use D-Dark or something, or Sharp Dart, whatever I was trying to do. So it's a much friendlier spikes to get out of your way. Thank you, Dice. Oh, the Architect's Crest is so cool in this fight. Oh, I should not have done this the charge attack there. Dude, where the hell do we stand? Where the hell do I stand? Oops. Pogoing the wrong stuff? I'm not pogoing the stuff that I thought I was going to, but it still worked out because we're doing way too much damage. Okay. Oh, we don't actually have a choice, do we? Well, we do. We can bind if we want to supplant her and replace her, or we can play the needle in order to ensnare her. So maybe there's no like second bad ending. Because if we bind, we can still play the needle in. We don't have to go down that road again. But then if I let go of the needle in, it just takes us back here. Okay. I'm just experimenting a little bit to see if there is any additional path or fork in the road that we can take, but it looks like it's either bind or needle in. So, we've done the first. Needle in time. Look at the little worms of soul that are like seeping out from the trap. And now the void? No way. The void tendrils? Whoa, no! No way! No way! Lace! Oh my God. Lace jumps in at the last moment and says, nope, I'm taking her in, Hornet. Get out of here. Did you see the void tendrils though? Wait, what? Snared Silk. Defeat Grandmother Silk and entrap her in the soul snare. Huh? The soul snare opens up and we are on, like, we're gonna take the plunge with her, basically. We're there holding her in place while the void tendrils, I was so not expecting that, but the void starts to grab and latch on to the mother as it's gonna drag her down into the trap. And then out of nowhere comes Silk. Are you kidding me? Matthew Trobiani as Trobio, by the way. I noticed that in editing. The boss is named after the guy. That's so cool. Cat Laser Brain. But oh my God. Lace was not done for. Lace flies in and says, nope, I'm getting my revenge, question mark? Did she really want revenge against her mother? Or did she somehow come around and see that this was the right thing to do? Seth Goldman. I think I might know. We'll have a talk about Seth Goldman here at some point, but I have been given a heads up by my sister about a character that we are probably going to meet at some point here in the game. We'll talk about that eventually. Oh my god. Game completion. We still don't have a percentage. There's no percentage that the game is telling us. Have I missed a thing? Have I missed something very straightforward? Look at the new title screen. Holy crap. The Void Tendrils. Dude, that was so cool. This game. Oh, this game is the best. Now, to be honest, that still didn't feel like a great ending. Is that just me? That doesn't feel like an absolute awesome final true ending. Am I tripping? That is interesting. Should we look at extras? Should we finally look at extras now that we've done a second ending? Although I'm not sure if it's a true ending. I don't know what to make of that. The menu style says Abyss. So the Abyss itself reaches out. Almost like what you see, you know, when you finally go to beat down the Radiance and the Void, you know, the Knight becomes Void and the Hollow Knight joins him in their Void forms. But I wasn't expecting that to make the appearance here. Does that mean that this is so different? Wow. So now, oh my gosh. We could relook at the credits as well if we wanted to. Oh, it's actually going to play the credits. Okay. I don't need to replay the credits, but it's doing it with a different style. It's doing like the Abyss Void animation instead. That's interesting. Huh. Okay, we're gonna skip through this. I did not want to, I just wanted to see what that would do. But now it reloads and we've got the Abyss screen. What other ones? There's the Cradle, the Citadel of Song, and the OG Silksong. And are those the only ones that we have? I'm gonna take a risk here and go to the next one. I'm always a little bit worried about spoilers. I'm very sensitive to spoilers, but we're gonna see. Okay, it just cycles back to Silksong. So these are the only ones that we've unlocked. Achievements. There are achievements for tools, silk skills, crests as well, and mass shards that we have not filled out yet. So there is more to this. There is more to be done. And that's all I'm gonna look at the achievement screen. That's probably more than I wanted to. But spoilers, there's more crests. There's more masks to find, but I kind of already had that suspicion because we hadn't got those achievements already, even though we had got the achievement for all bellways and stuff. And I figure like there's more fleas to find probably. So this is really... Yo, what? Wait a minute, what in the hell has happened to my save file? No way. This actually has changed the world? What? It says question mark, question mark, question mark. And it shows... I was not prepared for this. What the fuck? I was so not prepared for this. Because everything that I know so far in Hollow Knight has told me that beating the final boss in the game doesn't actually change the game. The cutscene shows Hornet falling from the Citadel. Silk knocks her from the cradle and she falls. Back to the beginning, and you see the cage at the beginning of the game. Maybe, maybe not. It could be the cradle, because there were a lot of cages in the cradle. Maybe I thought at first she had fallen back to the very start of the game. And it's all void. You see the void particles in the air. The abyss particles. But there are a bunch of bells on the floor there. And there's cobwebs and everything, so this might just be the cradle. Why don't we just click on the dang thing and find out? I was not expecting. This is crazy. This is insane and insanely cool. She fell back to the bed of flowers. Please be okay, Hornet. Please be okay. Act 3. Abyss. You're kidding me. You're kidding me. How did I not see this coming? How did I actually not see this coming? Because there's an Act 3. There's an Act 3. We did Act 1, we did Act 2, but we've not reached Act 3. What the fuck? We have one mask and we're binding just like at the beginning of the game. Oh my. We did something bad, I think. That cry just now. The controller was also shaking like crazy. And the screen, you could see that the coloring went all abyss. Dare I go to the pause menu? Okay, we have upgrades. I just saw that we only have the silk spear and no tools. And I was like, oh no, have we somehow lost... Well, we sort of have lost our... We haven't lost our crests, but we've lost all of our charms momentarily. Because, what the fuck? I'm blown away right now. First of all, that I didn't see this coming. I feel like such a dingus, because of course there was going to be an Act 3. There's always an Act 3, right? If you showed an Act 1 and an Act 2, there's going to be an Act 3. Oh, I thought for a second I was falling all the way down to the bottom. This is broken. They actually gave us... This is so well done, because you're totally, for someone like me, who's played Hollow Knight so many times, and is like, okay, this is how it worked in Hollow Knight, so this is how we'll proceed, and we'll try to get a second ending before we get the true ending, and then this will all be well and good, and yada yada yada. What the fuck, dude? We are so not done. But they didn't just say you're not done. You have the menu. You come back to your save file and it's like covered in void tendrils. I'm just standing around doing nothing right now, but I'm like stunned. I'm trying to absorb what is happening. Our map is still here. This is just... I'm freaking blown away, man. I am blown the fuck away. I don't know what to say. I want to go down here and check for a secret, but I'm also, it's like, it's just Steam. It's gonna... I only have 4 masks out of my 9. I can't go wasting them dropping down. What the hell? The abyss is somehow sapping our strength. It's also making me think of the... It's also making me think of the true ending in Hollow Knight. And the fact that the very last thing that we see... No, is it the true ending? Or is it... I always get these mixed up. Is it the final Godhome ending? I can't remember which ending it is, but I know one of them ends with Hornet turning around, being greeted by what appears to be some big void or abyss creature. And that's where it's done. And it's like, oh, are we gonna have to face off against this thing in Silksong? What if the answer was yes? Okay, I can jump. I don't have a double jump though, or a drifter's cloak, it seems. And therefore I couldn't jump over that tiny, teeny little hole by design. And we're here now, back in the room where we fought the Cogwork Dancers. No, this is not the Cogwork Dancers room. This is the core. This is where we got our first part of our threefold melody. I am trying to play the Needle-In, but I can't. We're not in shape to be playing the Needle-In. We're not in shape to be swinging our needle, which I'm trying to do. We can barely jump. We can't sprint. This is nuts, dude. They so faked me out. They completely faked me out. I love it. Well played, Team Cherry. So this suggests that we didn't actually trap the Silk Mother. Well, maybe we trapped the Grandmother Silk, but we simultaneously let something else out. Okay, so Hornet's back to her usual self, at least for the moment. Needle-In as well. Which seems to have no effect here now. Understandably so, because all the stuff that was singing with us before is... Well, most of it's busted. Because the Citadel is, like, fallen down on top of it, or the cradle has. Looks like you could maybe break the gear. I'm just, my mind is having trouble processing this, man. We have just been thrown the biggest loop. Like, you know, it's very, you know, I don't want to talk too much about games outside of the Hollow Knight universe, but, you know, if you have not played the FromSoft catalog in its entirety and you're planning on playing it, and you don't want spoilers and stuff, spoiler warning for Elden Ring, and I guess also Bloodborne. But it feels like one of those moments in Elden Ring or in Bloodborne when you have this earth-shattering, or... Look at the tendril in front. When you have this, like, all of a sudden, the entire world has changed fundamentally. Or at the very least, a part of the world that you knew or thought you knew very well has changed permanently. That's what this feels like. And this is so... I mean, it's maybe not unprecedented for Hollow Knight, because, you know, we've had Infested Crossroads and stuff like that. But not in connection with an ending. Not in connection with, like, oh, this is, you know, you're taking down the final boss and then something like this happens. This is wild. And I love it. Okay, so we're breaking this loose at some point. But that is so, like, that is almost, it almost feels a little bit like Alien or a horror movie or something. You've got these, this tendril in front of in the foreground here as soon as you step into the chamber. All right, there's only one thing to do. Get out of the way. Break this and then get the hell out of the way. Oh, I thought this was gonna, like, cave in all the rocks above us. Never mind. Now we're, like, making our way through the rubble of the Citadel, trying to make our way back somewhere that makes sense. Dead Underworks bug here. How long has he been dead? Who knows? And... oh, that's what I thought was gonna happen. The Void takes control. Oh my god. Oh my god, the Void takes control of them. Oh shit. This is the craziest, coolest shit ever. This is the coolest shit ever. Oh my god, we gotta make this run back though. Can we Stake America, please. Stake America. We need it now. I guess we can go at least over this hole. Or that was not the one that we couldn't make our way over before. It was this one, wasn't it? There was such an awesome discovery on the other side of that hole. So glad we were able to do that. Oh, this does shine a light. Do we care about that at all? Like, if we move it all the way over here to the side, do we shine a light on something secret? Dude, the enemies are now they're not being controlled by Silk anymore. They're being controlled by Void. This is so crazy. I had no idea. Listen to the horror strings in the soundtrack. Oh, so unsettling. Oh, yeah, we just gotta go down. Okay. Now we have full Silk at least, or full masks. So we got that going for us. Let's at least get this. Oh my god, that is ridiculous looking. Okay, charge. Hunter strike. Charge up. What new trick do you have? Okay, you shoot little void. Oh, that's what you do. Void globules that turn into razor blades. Thanks, I hate it. Thanks, I hate it. Holy shit, dude. Holy shit, this is insane. Aye! Okay, alright. I was kind of waiting for like a round 3. Surprise round 3 of void bugs. I cannot say enough how much fun I am having right now. How out of my mind I am. I've kind of like... I don't know really what to say. But this is so insanely cool. Can I not break this? It looks like something I would be able to break. But I guess not. And how much should I really be checking for secrets in any of this? I can't help myself. I check for secrets. That's what I do. I was starting to think. I was like, okay, there's still a lot to do. There's still a lot to do. How are we going to find all these things? Like, what have I not discovered yet? What sus walls have I missed? It feels so silly now in retrospect. This is just wild. Oh, even these guys have gone into void mode. Oh, bro. Void mites. Oh, okay. And it's back. We're not feeling good again here. Holy crap, what have we done? Oh my god. Oh, I think we're back in the room with the Grand Reeds. This must be because there's one of the big Grand Reeds to the side that's been like covered. One of the big old pieces of the Citadel caved in on it. And Hornet just really cannot go on. What the fuck? Oh, is that the caretaker's bell? Or is it... It's Sherma. Is Sherma okay? Has she been possessed by Silk? Excuse me. Okay, he's talking to us. Hoy, Red Maiden. 'Tis a prayer answered to see you safely wake. I could say the same to you. The Songclave is absolutely wrecked. I mean, I guess I should have expected it, but oh no. No. It's kind of a good thing we got the fleas out of here when we did, isn't it? I wonder if that was a prerequisite. I wonder if getting the fleas to leave and do Fleetopia, getting them out of town was a prerequisite, because otherwise the Citadel was going to cave in on them otherwise. Little Sherma, what has happened here? To our safe haven? Our home? This is what's left of it after the Great Breaking began. The Great Breaking. There was that terrible noise from above. Everything shook and fell apart, and the black threads sprung up from beneath. Many a poor pilgrim has already been lost to the destruction. You might have been too, if not for some fleeing pilgrims who found you fallen and carried you back to us. MVPs, where are they at? I need to thank them personally. The black threads. I may understand their source. I must speak with the old caretaker. Do you know what has become of him? I see he has left you his garb. Oh, that's why Sherma looks different. I hadn't quite put together, like, I'd noted it mentally, hadn't said anything. But I was kind of thinking like, oh no, this is what Void Sherma looks like. I don't know why I would think that. But it's the caretaker's outfit. Oh, dude. Oh yes, he charged me with looking after those remaining here. Said he had to confer with his family down below. Down below. Then they have slunk away to hide in their ruined chapel. That's how the door opens. That's how that door opens. I must pay them a visit. Thank you, Sherma. Stay safe and take care of your fellow pilgrims. Oh, I forgot to check we had a quest here. I totally forgot to check it. It's been updated now. I hope we didn't miss anything too crazy, but seek, awaiting the end, capital E. Confront the caretaker and his family in the ruined chapel beside Bone Bottom. Wow. Oh, this is just unreal. There is a bench here. Okay. I'm gonna go back to my Architect's Crest, just because that's what we had going here, and I wanna roll with that. Our Vesta Crest even got unequipped. Listen to the music. Blown away. I almost want to listen to the theme just for a little bit here. Okay, maybe there's not that much to it, but man. Are you the guy that carried me back?
Yeah.
Dejected pilgrim. Oh, what new horror now besets us? Is this fresh punishment for our sins, or yet another test to prove our faith? It is neither, good bug. In this disaster, you bear no blame. Hold close to your companions, and I will work swift to see this madness stilled. Dude, how... Is it going to have completely changed the Citadel? Oh, if we're no longer pilgrims, what are we? Dude's having an identity crisis over here. Wow. Did Sherma have more? I should have tried to exhaust Sherma's dialogue. 'Tis now my charge to care for those who stay here, including yourself. If I can aid you in any way, please let me know. It doesn't feel like much of a time to sing, but maybe this is the perfect time. What new sin? We still have voices. Why must we suffer? Huddle together. This is a new song. This is a new song. What new test? Let's keep our spirits strong. Crushed? Consumed? Our bond is unbroken. Pharloom. We failed. I'm pretty sure this is a new song, but maybe not. I can actually check it. I can check our notes here. Let me just get the rest of the song. Get the rest of the song here, and I will check my notes for Sherma's Silksong. Yeah. Before she was talking about, was talking about together we climb in song's embrace to the world's shining peak still alive. The song has completely changed. Which could mean that everybody's song has completely changed. Or they were all singing together. There may have been a combination of songs just now. No Jubilana? Oh, Jubilana is here, but Garmond and Zaza are gone. Like, I was wondering, I was starting to think, like, oh my god, we've made this massive change to the world. What have I potentially missed now? Because we loosed the second Sentinel, and we did at least catch up with her once. But now, I don't know, has the place been completely destroyed? Could a big piece of rubble have fallen down on top of the second Sentinel? And have we missed whatever interactions were going to be with her? If so, this is the first playthrough. This is the blind playthrough experience. Whatever happens, happens. And whatever we missed, you get to go play the game again. Do things differently. What a calamity has befallen our holy citadel. I ain't never seen anything like it in my long life. Times like this, we must be sure to help each other. Oh my god. Holy shit, dude. Does this just happen every so often? The void cries out? What the fuck? Dig deep, dear one. I'll be needing a lot of rosaries to survive what's coming. You don't have anything else to sell, my friend. The interest on rosary strings is all you've got going for you, or the surcharge, I should say. I do want to go. I do obviously want to go to Bone Bottom, but also, this is such a momentous change. I cannot help but want to check in with at least some NPCs. Maybe we even do a full NPC sweep. At least the ones that make sense to check with relatively quickly. Let's go. Let's just talk with Jubilana one more time. Everything is falling apart, dear one. Be sure to share your rosaries with me before it's too late. Nothing on the wish wall, but the wish wall is still intact, so I guess we got that going for us. This is beyond. Ah, there's no fast travel. At least here, the Ventrica is destroyed. No. No, I was gonna go over and talk to the conductor, but we can't even get over there by Ventrica. if I tried to go via... Oh my god, this is ridiculous. Because now, what are we gonna run into if we go this way? Is that the Sentinel? It's the Sentinel! She's alive! She's alive! And our Whispfire is doing the work. Yo! No, and you're gone! That's what you did before. I forgot that's how you operate. You're a sentinel of few words. You're a sentinel of action. And words later. Dude, this place is fucked. This place is just the memoriam as well. It's everywhere. It's actually everywhere. Now, I actually don't see the void tendrils in this room, but you can kind of see the void floating in the air. So, I'm just getting a little bit of an idea of the extent of the changes. It seems like maybe the memoriam is kind of intact in terms of like, these were all the enemies that were there. And like the zone is essentially the same if you wanted to explore it, but who knows, there could be some different stuff, especially now that like, the world has caved in. What is that sound? This is where Hornet fell in, wasn't it? This is where Hornet collapsed. Yeah. That Grand Reed is no more. Wow. What a mess. This is just ridiculous. There's nothing to do here. There's no needle and interaction. Where is the Green Prince, I wonder? The floor has just... There's just a hole in the floor. I'm half expecting one of these Grand Reeds to be captured by the void, though. You got any void tricks on you? Or are you just a regular... Yo, you do! Do you have a new needle and interaction, I wonder? You have dark noodles for me instead. You have dark noodles! Who thought it was a good idea to give the reeds dark noodles, guys? Who thought this was a good idea? I want to see if there's a different song when they've been infested by the void, or is there no song at all? There might be no song at all. My Whispfire might be fucking with things. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, just for the heck of it, the void decides it wants to assert itself. I don't know if we can get a needle and interaction with it, but it sure didn't seem like it. This is crazy. I cannot... Oh, this is the high halls here. I am so blown away by this, and I'm sounding like a broken record, I'm sure. I'm going to... not get this bench. Actually, I am going to get this bench, because I actually want to get rid of the Whispfire. Just in case the Whispfire is screwing with things. Let's sub in a different... something else. We might need this fractured mask. Powered up void enemies could require extra masks. No. Holy shit, dude. Holy shit. Oh my god. I don't know if you can, like, from a lore standpoint, capturing them within the I don't think it makes sense that the Needlein has any sway over them. Because now the Needlein was essentially tapping in to, well, it was tapping into Silk, wasn't it? There is still a Ventrica here, by the way. We just can't go to, or we can go to the first shrine. Wait, what? It's just on the other side of a barrier? Or can we actually open up the barrier? We can. So we can reestablish these. Oh, this is cool. It's not permanently gone. Awesome. Oh, it didn't like that. It's like, what are you doing? I blocked off the fast travel. You're not supposed to have access to that. But it makes sense, I think, the fact that they do not react, or because now they're completely taken by the void or the abyss. Now Silk, there's just no connection to it anymore. That connection to Silk that the Needlein had some control over has been completely severed. That is insane. Got myself in a bad spot there. Oh, there's a barrier there. I cannot get through that because we got to beat you first. Oh shit. Backed into a corner here. Not in a good spot. Not in a good spot at all. Shit. I don't want to lose my progress. Okay. I did not want to reset his health. This is crazy, dude. I shouldn't have gotten back. Should not have got backed into a corner. Has our hunter's journal changed? There's no like void update to any of these at all, is there? Or is there? What's at the very bottom? Oh, we got the Crust Crag before. Oh, this is one of those things. I should add this to the to-do list, but this is one of those Silksongs that we want to go back for. Cat Laser Brain. Choir Clapper's still the same. Is there anything new at the very bottom? No? We're about to die here, but this is fine. Everything's fine. Surely the conductor did not survive this. Nope. But there's a thing here. Yeah, I kind of figured, even if somehow it didn't like crush him directly, it sure seemed likely that his contraption here that I was tempted to muck around with, surely the cave-in would destroy that. And the conductor, it looks like it just straight up crushed him though. Rune Harp. Oh, that's a relic, right? Okay. A relic of Pharloom's past. Interesting. This is just wild. Just unreal. The holy crap, man. I need, this is normally where I would take a break, but I don't want to take a break. But I do need to switch up my desk. So you're going to see a little on the spot here of me changing my standing desk. Bring my chair over here. This is normally what I would do between some of my breaks, switch up my desk from standing to seated or vice versa. But I don't want to stop playing here, guys. I don't want to stop at all because I am so... Like, this feels like the kind of thing where I could just play for, like, the next 4 hours and I would not be bored. The problem is I might get tired. Energy is a thing. I'm going to try to settle in here where I normally would. Switching back to seated. But yeah, let's... Gosh, like, I just want to spend the next 2-3 hours just exploring the Citadel. But we're not going to... let's think about where we're going to go. Let's look at the map. Let's think this through. I love that we're still seeing the second Sentinel. That was great. So if we just keep exploring, we'll eventually run into her in multiple spots, I presume. This is probably going to be open to us now. This is probably a thing now. I'm so curious. I need to have my curiosity sated. So let's go check that out before we go. Like, we should be doing NPC sweeps and whatnot, but I want to check this out. Say bye-bye to Grand Reed Dark Noodles Edition. And, oh, but wait. This opening might no longer be here. No, it is. Okay, we can go down. We can go down, and then what? There was a bellbearer in here before, I believe. Is the bellbearer still around? Okay, so this tunnel still exists. Oh. This tunnel still exists. Is this where I want to go? Is this where I want to go? This is not quite where I want to go, is it? But it's close enough. The Drape Mite's dead. The Drape Mite. These guys annoyed me so much, and now I'm like, no, bring him back. Bring it back to the way the world was before this disaster. What have I done? Let's re-bench. What have I done? Oh, there's a quest here. Final audience. Second Sentinel. Attend this Sentinel's request, Hunter in Red. Meet in Halls High, the chamber of its fellows. The way shall be marked. Awesome! We do get a quest for the second Sentinel. Maybe we just had to, like, encounter her a couple times, and now she has a quest for us. But, dude, also, what the hell did we do? What have we done? What has changed about this place? It's bound by void. Look at the void that has been wrapped around it. Oh, we need to check with the scroll keeper guy, or the vault keeper, Cardinius. That's what we need to do. I'm getting a little bit... Oh, look at... Dude, everything is infested with void. This is bananas. This is just bananas, dude. Cardinius? Cardinius? He's still around! Okay, woo. Pain, pain. Do you hear her cries? Cursed spider spawn. Pharloom suffers for our pathetic mortal ignorance. We fail it, and it falls. Knowledge is needed. More and more it must be hoarded, sought. Strength to understand, to calm and quell.
That's fine.
It is action now that needs taking, Vault Keeper. by myself and those left alive who would aid me. Seek solutions in your texts and psalms as you may, but they alone will not be enough to heal a pain so great. Hornet just said, read more Bible. Bro, that is so unnerving when that just, especially when it's silent, like it just was, and all of a sudden that scream chills up your spine, dude. Or down your spine. Whatever it is, oh my god. This is just... They alone will not be enough to heal a pain so great.
Yanara.
We respond, she is a bother and nuisance. That's the old text, I think. Does he say anything different at the other places? Where we know he shows up? Same as before. I came down, I got distracted and came, and then I was gonna go somewhere else, and I'm like, well, we gotta talk to the, we gotta talk to Gardenius. This certainly has changed the world in ways that are gonna make it worth exploring, re-exploring the entirety of it, right? So, just getting distracted to check on this one little thing. There's, oh god. There's gonna be more to do. Regardless of what we find here, there's gonna be so much more to do, I think. But I wanna see, is this what it took? Is this what was necessary to open this thing up? This is still closed. The void everywhere. The abyss everywhere. It is so interesting that we can pogo the hitbox from this side. Okay, there's got to still be a way to get that open from the other side, and maybe it involves me going in through. We can look real quick over in. Boy, you all of a sudden get a whole bunch more hit points. The void upgrade doubles your health. I wanted to go in this room real quick just to see, like, maybe it destroyed like a wall or something in this room. But we can't really tell until we get to the outside. Okay, I'm getting distracted here. I'm getting distracted. Let's change directions here. Let's get back on course and figure out who else we're gonna go talk to. And how much we're regretting our life decisions. How much I wish I could go back and change everything.
Oh, Cody, what's that?
Let's look at our map. Bellheart is an obvious next stop, I think. Curious to get all of these interactions, like the fleas and the seamstress. There's a lot of NPCs to talk to see what is different, but I think we'll probably save some of those for next episode because they're just at the outskirts of the map, and I don't want to spend the rest of this time just going from one end of the world to the other just yet. I kind of want to hit up the main hub areas at least. Is our Bell Beast okay? Please tell me the Bell Beast is okay. Please tell me the Bell Beast is okay. Please, 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 please. Please. beast in the bells. Descend into the bellway and defeat the hostile creature within. What? No, Bell Eater. No. No. And you're doing Lost Kin stupid stuff. Oh, and Dung Eater stuff. Oh my god. No. Oh, no, and you can... Oh, the legs on the side. No, that is not okay. Oh my god, what in the world? Okay, Needlein. Can we hit you with the Needlein? Yes. We must feed. Feed. Eat. Dude, it's doing frickin' Broken Vessel, Lost Kin. Oh. Yeah, there we go, there we go. We must feed. World trembles. This is insane. Is that its butthole, by the way? That's totally its butthole. That's why the needle-in doesn't work on it. You can't... Fun fact, guys. Cannot needle-in butthole. Butthole as needle-in invulnerability. Great noise. Louder. Feed. Eat. Bro. Okay, second phase. I should heal, but I don't know what's coming next. Oh my god, of course there's bells. There's bells coming next, and more buttholes. Bells and buttholes, name a more iconic duo. Shit. Shit. Actually doing the Lost Kin stuff. Fuck. This game is actually the best thing ever. This is actually the best thing ever. I forgot about this sawtooth circlet. Could this be valuable to us? Actually the best thing ever. I think we could use some more healing. Ooh, memory crystal could be good. Maybe. Actually, maybe not. I kind of want... Actually, I want injector band, and I want... No, I want multibinder. And And instead of Fractured Mask, I want Claw Mirror. That's what I want. I don't even know if I like this crest with this setup, but... interesting. Rosary Cannon, let's go. Delver's Drill could be cool, but that's risky. I don't know. I don't know, man. This game is something else. Holy crap, dude. I hope the Bell Beast is alive, man, but it says it's a Bell Eater, not necessarily a Bell Beast Eater. So, absolutely insane, dude. Long slumber. Great noise louder. Nope. Can't do the butthole. Can't needle in the butthole. Just making sure we get all the lyrics here of this amazing creation the Team Cherry has given us. Cannot miss out on a single moment of flavor with Bell Butthole. World trembles. We must feed. No, I should have backed away. Ooh, Claw Line's a good one. And maybe not from that angle. Okay, let's do heal. We got a little bit of damage there at least. Phase 2. Okay, that worked out. Damn it, too late. No, I got... Shit. Double damage? No, you son of a bitch. Thank you, dice. Otherwise, I'd be dead. Dang it, I knew there was a bell coming and I thought I could get out of the way in time, but I couldn't. Damn it. Dice. Oh my god. Oh my god, what the fuck? No! Oh my god, I forgot the explosion. shit. Those little bouncy balls, man, are screwing me over. Screwing me over, man. Fuck. That's my own fault. I only have myself to blame. No, okay, so there's not a safe space in between those. Phase 3. Yes! Oh, hold on, hold on. What the fuck? Bro! Yes! Oh! Bro! Oh, he doesn't react to the needle in. I thought he'd just do his little playful stompy stomp. Is this not the best boy ever? How many Bell Beast pets are how many pets does a good Bell Beast doggo get? Best boy. We can speak?
Ada.
Yo! I'm kind of low-key bursting into tears here. I think I've misgendered the Bell Beast. It looks like it's their mother. Sorry. Not the first time, not the last time. We learned the Beastling call. Mimic the song of the Bell Beast. Summon the Beastlings and return together to their mother. We have a dream gate. Sort of. Not quite a dream gate, I guess, but it's a recall that takes you back to the Bellway. That was... We're already past the spoiler alerts for Hollow Knight. So if somehow you're at this point, there's no more spoiler alerting needed. My favorite character in Hollow Knight is Cloth. And the reason that my favorite character is Cloth is because the moment that she has, the character arc that she has, where she goes from being kind of timid and wallowing in self-doubt, and eventually comes to this place where she's at your side in the fight against the Traitor Lord. And yes, she dies in that fight against the Traitor Lord, but she goes out like a boss. The warrior's honor-filled or honorable death. She goes out, you know, what's the old saying? Everyone dies, but not everyone truly lives. Cloth got there. And when that moment happened, when she drives the final club into the Traitor Lord as she's been skewered. I got up out of my chair and I cheered. I was so happy. Not that Cloth died, but that she went out on top. She went out like a true warrior. And I was so happy for her. And I got up and I jumped around the room. I was like, fuck yeah. I was so hyped. This kind of felt like that moment. I keep hitting my mic here by accident. This kind of felt like that moment. And if it were not for the fact that I'm sitting here in front of a camera and I don't want to hit my mic jumping out of my chair or anything else like that, I might have done the same thing. I might have just now, because that's what I felt like inside. Inside, I was jumping up and down at how cool of a moment that was. The Beastling Call bonded. Achievement. Learn the Beastling Call. Look at the little Beastling babies, dude. It is... Ah, that is the best. Oh, wow. Look at them hopping around. Now, this is the regular Needlin. That's the regular Needlin. But now we have... I have to stand away from... I don't know if it'll work here. But if I hold up and I do this... Does it work? Does it do the thing? It takes me... It takes me right to where I am, of course, because we knew that was going to happen. But I wasn't even sure if it would actually do it because we're here in the Bellway. Guys, I cannot think of a more fitting way for us to wrap up this installment of Silksong. Other than for us to read the journal entry about the Bell Eater. Oh, we did the huge fleet already. I was like, what's this? Oh, it's a huge fleet. Long dormant centipede. Awoken and enraged by Pharloom's crumbling collapse. A monster in the classic form of tales from youth. Its slaying was done as much by my fierce traveling companion as by myself. Yep, Bell Beast to the rescue. Best girl, as it turns out. Hornet and Bell Beast. Girl power. Dude, I mean, gosh. Thank you guys for hanging out with me all the way through this. I said, like, I could play for the next 4 hours, but the, of course I know that, like, I only have limited energy and I am exhausted. And part of me just needs some time to just sit and absorb what the hell has happened. I just realized, look at this map on the Cogwort core. Look at this map here. It is completely... I mean, this is what we worked our way through, isn't it? Or no, we came down here. So is this no longer accessible? Bro, we can't even go there anymore. We have a quest to do with the second Sentinel. But of course, we have our main quest of meeting with the caretaker and the chapel maid, and maybe the Bell Hermit has been brought out from his bell home, and we have to see exactly what other changes there are in this world. Are the void tendrils everywhere? They sure feel like it. They're here in this Bellway, and I can only imagine what the rest of the world looks like. This is just the most insane thing that I could never have imagined. If you all enjoyed the video as much as I had recording it, please do consider doing the YouTube thing and hitting those buttons down below. It helps so much, and I cannot wait. Just like the Bell Beast and the Bell Babies. Cannot wait to take me somewhere. I cannot wait to see what awaits us in this Act 3 and the world of Pharloom, how it has changed, and gosh, tune in next time. That's all I can say. Thank you all very much for joining me, and I hope to see you in the next one.